Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to MemilyMakes, or welcome if you're new here. I hope that you're all having a lovely week. Yeah, I'm in a new place, new setting. I thought I'd try something different today because I wasn't feeling the situation where I was. It made sense to be there because there's a table. Obviously, I'm sitting at my table up there. And yeah, it just made sense. But I think light-wise, it's not the best. With the light, obviously the sun coming from behind me, it means that I have to close the curtains, and then the backdrop just looks a bit dull. So I thought I'd try it here, see what you think. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I think the background obviously is different. There's something to having the background, and it means that I can actually get out a few of my skeins of yarn and make them look pretty. But as I've just realised, I'm sitting in front of them, so you can't see them anyway. But anywho, I thought I would just try something a little bit new and see what you think. Let me know. Not entirely sure if, obviously the background is the last thing you're probably here to see, but it just makes things a bit nicer, I think. So welcome to my living room floor and the fireplace, or the mantelpiece as they call it. But anyway, I hope you all had a good week. I know I've already asked that, but yeah, it's been quite a busy one for me. I've had a few things thrown my way, which is always fun. I have had a little, I would say proposition, but a little bit of a job thing. So one of my clients has basically offered me a little bit more work if I'm up for it. I need to have a chat with him first because I'm not entirely sure how much work he's thinking I can take on. At this point in time, it's not a lot. I don't have that much time to give, but I'm always up for a challenge, and I'm always up for something new, and I'm always up for helping someone, especially a current client. So we'll see. If I take that on, it could mean that my filming schedule changes. That's why I'm telling you. Because at the minute, as I've said in previous videos, I'm going to record on a Wednesday, because Wednesday is my flexi day. I have been very busy working this morning because I picked up some work from a client yesterday. So I've been working on that. I do have a bit more to do this afternoon, but I thought I'd take a break, get this video done, and then I can carry on working. And what else was I about to say? There was something else, it's just gone whoosh. As soon as I think of work, it's like my brain starts, cogs are going, and I'm like, oh no. Yeah, so that might mean that I have to record of a weekend rather than a Wednesday. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted. I don't think I'm going to hear anything because I need to have a chat with the client, and he's not around for a while. So it may come to February, and I'm thinking I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted on the recording schedule. But for now, it's going to stay on the Wednesday for posting on a Thursday about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I hope that's been working for everybody. It's been working for me because it means I can record and then everything can go up and be ready for you. Right, now, anyway, on to the content that I have for you today. I do have a finished object, which I hoped I would. Annoyingly, I didn't check my progress prior to this because I finished the item, and so I've taken out the progress marker because I wanted to block the item, and I can't remember where I got to, but I know that there was only one complete item. So anyway, without further ado, these are my Colin socks. They are completely done now. So if I bring this up, I should be able to show you. So the pattern is called Colin socks, and they're by Twinset and Pearl. One of my favourites, as I think all of you are aware now. They have this really beautiful sort of twisted rib going on. You can't really see it because unfortunately, when you have rather variegated yarn and a busy pattern, the yarn tends to win, the colours of the yarn tend to win, so you lose a lot of the pattern definition in the yarn. However, I do love these socks. I love them so much, and I'm really pleased with how the colour in the yarn is behaving in the sock. I think it's really nice. So the yarn is my 1969 GT40 colourway, and it's the car that won Le Mans in 1969, GT40 obviously. and the colourway is it's the Golf livery for the car. Pretty classic, really. I love a GT40, but yeah, couldn't resist doing the classic Golf colourway. But yes, so those are they. That is one project done. So following on from last week, I'd completed a project last week. So this is my second completed project. Happy days. That meant I got to cast something on. So I will get to that towards the end of the video. Stay tuned. That's one finished object. I'm very happy to get those done. They've been in the works for a long time. So now I'm on to my in progress and well, where I've got to on them. So I have three, I think. Yeah, I have 3 items here that I've been working on. Now, unfortunately, my For Fox's Sake jumper won't make an appearance today. I still haven't picked it up. We fell out, basically. There's no real reason why, because I really want the jumper and I need it by the start of March. The first weekend in March, I need to have that jumper finished before. So I need to get it finished by the end of February, basically. Although I do have those time constraints on it, it's a love-hate relationship. I know once I get past that colourwork yoke, it's going to be plain sailing and I'm going to love it again. But it's just getting past that yoke because I am using a new technique, which I did describe in my last video, but that's why it's not going to make an appearance this video, because I still haven't picked it up. I know. But anyway, I did crack on with a pair of socks. So I finished June's. I've been doing the sock club for Botanical Yarn and Twinset and Pearl for 2022. I have all the installments for 2022 and I am really far behind. So last week I completed June's socks, and I said in last week's video that I would be picking up and carrying on with July socks, and that's what I've done. So here I'm just going to show you the pattern. The July socks were called the Rose Queen socks, and there's a quick image of them. Beautiful lace work. There we go. So those are the socks, and I will show you. I was on the heel flap of the first sock last week, and then obviously I finished the Colin socks and I picked these socks up. So I have a little marker here which shows you where I got to. My little onion. It's very cute. It's backwards as well. I keep putting my stitch markers in backwards. I don't know why. But anyway, that's where I got to. And then I have since completed the first sock. So very pleased, very pleased. As you can see, there's beautiful lace work that comes down this front panel and continues down one side of the sock. The other side of the sock is just plain stockinette stitch. So there will be a right and a left to these socks because one side will be patterned, so the other side it will be the reverse. So yes, I finished one. Obviously not fully finished because I need to tie the ends in, but I will do that once I finish sock 2. I have cast on sock 2, so I finished sock 1 last night, and then I cast on immediately for sock 2. It's all right, my yarn is proper tangled right now. Oh dear. Right, hang on, let me just pull the bar. That'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. So there's not a lot to show you, I'm afraid, but I thought I'll cast on now because I didn't want second sock syndrome. So there we are. That's where we're at. We're at not even a full cuff yet, but it's cast on. That's the main thing. I have actually cast it on, which is important because I believe it's easier to carry on with the second sock if you cast it on immediately after finishing the first sock. So it's cast on, and hopefully, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it finished, get both socks finished for next week's video, but it's on, I'm going, I'm ploughing on. So that's works in progress 1. Scooch that over. So the second one is my rug. So I've been showing you this rug since, oh gosh, I've been showing you for a while now. And it is a long-term project because of how big it is, and it just takes a lot of time to knit a row. So it's not one of those that I can sit down and be like, yeah, I'll do another row. Yeah, it takes a bit more brain power because you're using the 2 yarns at the same time. But it is my, I've just got the written down here, it is my Diamond Lattice Rug by Lily Knits. Now I'm going to quickly show you, I've not done anywhere near as much as I've done last week. But there is my marker, just there, that was for last week. So I've only done about 1.5 inches, I think. I'm going to scooch back, see if this works, there we go. yeah, that shows. Okay, so this is my diamond lattice rug. I'm going to hold it up proper. There we go. So that's where I'm at with it so far. It is actually getting pretty, I mean, you can see the pattern really nicely there, and I think it's going to look absolutely amazing on this floor. Where I've got it visioned for, it's going to look amazing. Also, I'm very sorry, I've got something, oh, it's this side, isn't it? I keep seeing it out the corner of my eye. My hair is an absolute mess today because I will be going swimming later, so there's no point doing my hair if it's going to be chlorined up later. So anyway, I apologise for the mess. I mean, my hair's never usually perfect, but anyway, really loving this project, and it looks so good for a rug. Absolutely love it. So yeah, I just need to crack on with it really and finish it. But I'm getting there slowly. I am getting there slowly. And as I say, my partner is pressing me for it because he keeps looking at it saying, oh, that will look so good on the floor. So yes. Oh, I nearly lost my stitch then. There we go. So yes, hopefully I will do some more. I'm hoping to do a lot more to this the weekend, but we'll see how it goes. Right, now, next work in progress. So I think I said it. I may have said it. I've worked on 3 projects this week. Now this one needs a little bit of an explanation because I did rip it back. So it is my anthology throw by Helen Stewart. So it's this one here. This was her Knit Vent 2022. That's the name. So this was the throw that she designed for her Knit Vent package bundle. So every year Helen Stewart releases a bundle of patterns. If you buy it early, you get it at a discount. You can buy it now for the full price, and it contains a number of patterns all related around advent knitting. And obviously this one is the massive throw that should use 24 mini skeins. So I've been doing this throw, and I've been trying to use all the colours that I have dyed for my little hand dyed yarn business, just so that I've got a big sample of everything knit up. It's not all going to match, you know, the colours are very out there, so not every single colour is going to go. But I mean, if you look at this, it's not, you know, it is kind of a bit wacky. So mine's obviously not going to look like this, but in fact I'll show you where I'm at. So the last time I showed you I was on my 3rd colour, and I said that I had started the 3rd colour early, and the reason being was that I'd used the variegated skein that I was knitting with in another project, a Hohi Locatelli shawl, which I will show you at some point actually, because I do have a couple of shawls that I still need to show you. And I used as much as I could of that skein of yarn, so I didn't have a lot left. There wasn't enough to do the amount of knitting that I needed to do. So I said, I'm just going to swap. As soon as I run out, I'm going to swap to the next colour and carry on. I didn't like how that was looking. I mean, I know this is just for sample purposes, but I didn't like how it was looking. So I ripped it back to where I ran out of the variegated skein, and then I actually used another skein to knit it. I know I said I wouldn't, but yeah, it just didn't feel right to not do it. So I will show you where I ripped back to. So that is where I ripped back to, my little snail. I do keep putting these backwards. My little snail, he's proper cute, and really cute. I do apologise, my light seems to be flickering again. So I'm not sure if you can see that. I know in the last video I said it was flickering, and it didn't actually look like it was flickering in the video. So it might be fine. I do apologise if it is flickering for you. But anyway, so I ripped it back, and then I knitted this section with the variegated yarn, and then I've carried on to colour 4, and I'm actually on, no, I carried on to colour 3, and then I've actually started with colour 4, and colour 4 is this pink. So I'm getting there, I'm doing all right, and I think it looks all right. Got a nice yellow in the middle, and then I've got the variegated skein there, and then I've got the purple there. So this purple actually is a lot darker than it's coming off. It's coming off quite pale actually, but it is a bit darker than it looks. But yeah, so I'm really, really pleased with how it's looking, and I'm so pleased that I ripped back and did that. So I've done a fair bit of knitting on that. I think, yeah, I didn't want to knit on it before, because last week I hadn't done any progress on it, but I didn't want to carry on knitting, and I think it was because I just didn't like how it was looking with that band not being so as long as it should be. See, that looks so much better than it did, because if I'd carry on knitting that purple and all the way up to where it is, it just wouldn't have looked right. It just wouldn't have looked right. So I'm really glad that I did that, really happy. If in doubt, do something about it. So anyway, that is my third work in progress. So on to the cast-ons. I was actually allowed to cast on a project this week, so I'm so happy. Because I finished my Collins socks, that meant that I had last week's finished project, and then I've had a finished project this week. So I cast on, and I'm so happy that I'm finally working on this project, but I cast on my Monsoon Season Cowl by Joanna Herriot of Twinset and Pearl. And honestly, I could not be happier that I've cast this on. There's not a lot to it at this point in time, but oh, let me pull it out. There we go. It is so beautiful. I knew it would be, but yeah, I wasn't prepared for how beautiful it is. So I'm going to show you where I'm at. So here we are. This is just stunning. I'm not sure if you can see this, but there we go. There's like a rib that runs down the middle, the centre. And then I don't think this is going to come off too well. You can kind of see it. So where the knit stitches are, I am just using this yarn. So this is the fingering weight. This is my merino silk, I think it was. It's all right. The ball band's in the middle, and I don't want to pull it out because it looks like there's a bit of yarn barf in the middle. Don't really want to mess with that. But basically, wherever so it looks shinier. Basically, wherever it's a knit stitch on this side, it's just this one. I thought I'd have to hold the two together, but it is just this one. And then wherever in between those knit stitches are purl stitches, so it's a 1x1 rib. However, those purl stitches, all I'm using is the alpaca, the Surrey alpaca. It was Surrey alpaca, wasn't it? I can actually see this one. Yes. So I'm using the fuzzy stuff in the centre of those stitches. So basically, I am swapping yarns every time I do a stitch. Now the effect is stunning. It's just taking me a long time to knit because I'm having to swap every time. I thought I'd be holding double the whole time, but it appears that's not the case. I'm just looking at the rest of the knit. I've not read ahead in the pattern, so I don't know if that's the case for the whole pattern, but it is definitely for this section. It's a new thing. I've never done that before. I've knit panels individually with different yarns, but I've never done it different stitches. So, I mean, the back looks beautiful as well. The back looks absolutely stunning because you're carrying the fingering weight silk and merino along the back each stitch, and the same with the Surrey alpaca, and you just get this absolutely beautiful, and the colours are absolutely stunning. So the yarn is dyed by Fruitful Fusion, and it's in her Monsoon colourway, and I think it's just stunning. Oh, I love it, absolutely love it. But I have to concentrate to do this one because obviously I'm swapping the yarn every time. So it's not going to be as quick a project as I thought it would be. There was me, oh, it's a cowl, I'll have it done so quick. But no, it's not going to be the case at all. It's a lot more involved. But that being said, I highly recommend it so far because it's something I've never done before. And it's so much fun to knit it this way. It really is. I mean, I know it sounds monotonous because you're changing the yarn every stitch. But honestly, it's so much fun, and seeing it start to develop, it's just, oh, one more time, it's just beautiful. And it's so soft and fuzzy. Yeah, I can't wait. Cannot wait to get this finished and be able to wear it. But it's going to be a longer process than I thought, basically. But yeah, so that's that one. Now, what time are we at? 20 minutes. Okay. I do have a little bit of time. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a plan section for you. Basically, there are two sort of plans that I have in my mind at this point in time. And here is a little bucket. Now this bucket is my bucket of shame. So this is kind of a confession for you all. It's my You're a Knitter baby. So this is the 2022 Stephen West MCAL bucket. Conveniently enough, it has my Twists and Turns shawl in there. Now, during Vlogmas, I said, I'm going to get this shawl finished. it didn't happen. It did not happen. So this bag, I've just taken it out. This bag has 2 projects that are just waiting for me to sew the ends in. They're finished projects. They just haven't had the ends sewn in. So it is my bag of shame. I want to get the bag of shame finished. So that is a plan, hopefully for this weekend. They're both massive shawls, so I will only be able to block one at a time. So whether I can get both, you know, both all ends in and blocked for next week's video, I don't know. I can't promise that, but I will try and get one done at least. But yes, so this is the, I'll get back. This is my twists and turns cowl, my twists and turns shawl. This was Stephen West's 2022 mystery knit along. So I really want to finish this because it's beautiful and I just want to get it finished really. So I've got some ends, as you can see, some ends to finish sewing in. I don't know why I have such an issue with ends, but I do. So I can't wait to get this finished. I say I can't wait, it's still not finished. So I would like, this is a plan. I will get the ends sewn in this weekend and I will block it and it will be done. Now, the other one is one that's been sitting in my pile for ages, absolutely ages. And I'm really annoyed at myself for having not finished it really, because it's such a nice shawl and I really, really want to just wear it. But there are a lot. I'm looking at it now and it's freaking me out. There's a lot of ends, a lot of ends. Now this was a mystery knit along and I'm completely blanking on, oh, who was the designer of the knit along? Bear with me, I'm gonna, sorry about that. I really wanted to be able to tell you a little bit of information about this, but so this design was by Mary Annarella of Lyrical Knits. That was it. She's absolutely brilliant. I love her designs, and she did a mystery knit along in January 2022. Yes, that is how old this shawl is, and I did it and I loved it. I loved every part of it, and it was a new construction for me in terms of shawl. And I really, really enjoyed it, but I just never got round to tying the ends in, which was really annoying, really annoying. So the 2022 mystery knit along was called As You Wish, an Inconceivable Mystery Knit Along. So for those who recognise the name, it was a mystery knit along based around The Princess Bride. Now, The Princess Bride is one of my favourite movies. Absolutely love The Princess Bride. So as soon as I saw that she was doing this mystery knit along, there was no way I would have said no. Not a chance. I had to do it. Don't regret it. Absolutely love it. But the only issue is I have not finished it. So without further ado, this is my As You Wish shawl. So I'm going to slowly go along. There we go. We'll try anyway. So there we go. So it's quite a long shawl and it's just, oh, I love it. Mine's super jazzy. I used my own hand-dyed yarn. Some of it I do sell and some of it is just like the tester yarn. So I don't know if you can, it's kind of difficult to show you in this way. So there we go. And it was great because she, in the pattern, she did it like a story. And we were in the fire swamp and it was just little things like that. It was just really, really good. And there are certain sections that I absolutely adore. For example, I love that section. I love these sort of sections as well, the ones with the slip stitching. And then we also did, I don't think there's one there or there. Oh, there's one there. We did like these little fire numbers, and I think they're absolutely stunning. They're really nice little additions to the shawl. There's another one there. There we go. And yeah, I absolutely loved it, and I really, really want to finish it. I don't know why I've not done it. I think it'll look, ooh, it'll look well nice. I mean, obviously super jazzy. I mean, what's wrong with jazzy? But yes, as you can see, we have a serious ends situation going on. See, look, it's bad. It is so bad. I mean, I did try. I think this end is less, I mean, it's still bad, but it's not as bad. Oh no, that's quite bad, isn't it? I'm just, So yes, those two are my big confessions. They've been there for far too long and I want to get them finished. So that is my plan. I mean, they're quite jazzy together, aren't they? Considering I'm quite a muted person when it comes to yarn and some of my knitting, it's pretty jazzy. But yes, so that is my little bucket of shame. And my plan for hopefully this weekend is to at least finish my, I nearly whacked myself, at least finish my twists and turns, sure. I want to get the ends in and I want to get it blocked. That is my first plan. Bonus plan is my inconceivable, my as you wish shawl. But having held it up now, I realise there's a lot more ends than I thought. So I don't think that one's going to be this weekend. Maybe next weekend. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I do have a life. So yeah, we'll see how we go. But definitely this one. Definitely this one. It's got to be done. So next week, if I am not holding this up finished, feel free to come at me in the comments about it. Get it finished. Come on, it's been there long enough. But yeah, so that's my little bucket of shame. And I will get it done. I will get one done, for sure, definitely. In terms of other plans, I will be doing, I think next week I might have my month wrap up. I mean, it feels like I've not been doing it that long, but it will be the last Wednesday or Thursday when you see this. It will be the last Thursday in January. So I feel like that should be my wrap up, or I could do it next week. No, I'll do it the first week of February, because that will be the 1st of February that I actually film on. So that makes sense. Next week will be a normal weekly podcast. And then the week after that, I'm going to do like a little roundup. I don't know what I'm going to do yet in the roundup. It feels weird just capping over the stuff that I've done, but I think in that I'm just going to kind of go over a few more plans for February. I think that might be a good idea, actually. Yeah, I mean, it might just be a very similar format to what I'm currently doing. I will get planning and I will have a think. But yes, so I'm looking at my craft trolley at the minute. I really want to do a craft trolley tour, craft trolley sort. So I hopefully will do that sooner than later and get a little bonus video to you of the craft trolley, what it is, what's on there, and how messy it is, and sorting it with you. So that will be probably the first bonus video that I will give you, just because I really want to do it. I really want it to be done. But yeah, so I think I'm going to leave that there. How am I doing? Yes, 30 minutes. I'm so sorry. I just waffle. Yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.